Today we're going to show you the best way we've learnt how to plant fruit trees for quick growth and bountiful yields. We call this method of tree planting the donut method, and it doesn't take any more resources or cost any more money than a traditional deep hole digging variety of tree planting. One of the reasons the donut method is so effective for quick growth and strong trunks and roots is because it mirrors what a tree growing in the wild would do with its roots when you plant this way. You might be thinking, how hard can it be to plant a tree, right? Well, I'm about to show you two different orchards. One that we planted using a traditional method, and the second that we planted using our new donut method. It's just started to rain, which is so traditional New Zealand winter, from like t-shirt weather to pouring rain. This is our first orchard. We got all of these trees in the ground 4 years ago, and we did it in the traditional method of digging a big deep hole, stuffing it with really rich compost, and then popping the tree in and backfilling it. That's how we'd always done trees, and how nearly everybody around us has got fruit trees in the ground. But then after 2 years, they were just not growing at all. They were almost more pathetic looking than when we first put them in the ground. And then a tree guy came to visit our place, and we took him here and we were like, what is going on? I know they're not called tree guys. I know they're like arborists or something. And he said, when you dig a big hole like that and pop the tree in, the roots kind of reach out, but then the tree sinks and snaps off the roots. And so it's constantly trying to reform roots as the tree sinks and sinks into the compost. And you can see this really clearly with these trees, because the ground was like this and they just went whoop, and it all suddenly made sense about why this first orchard wasn't thriving. We actually thought we were going to have to dig them all up and replant them, but in the end we just put loads of really good mulch all around them, and they seem to be making quite a good recovery. So this one's not looking so bad now. But I'm going to take you to our second orchard where we did the new method. And after just 1 year, we got them in the ground last winter, and after just 1 year, they're looking almost as good as these trees, which went in 4 years ago. So this tree is 4 years old, and look how tiny it is. And you can see there, even though we've kind of tried to give it lots of really good compost and mulch since, you can see how deeply it sank into the compost. And you can just imagine all of those roots breaking off as the trunk sinks. And now this is our second orchard that we got in only last year, and has more growth and more strength in the trunks than the one we got in 4 years ago.
How we're doing it now on is that we've got like a donut shape, that it's dug down around where we're going to plant, so we can feed it with heaps of really good nutrients and stuff. But the actual platform on which the tree is planted on is actually, that's just, we haven't really messed with that, that's just solid ground. So when we plant the tree, it sits on the solid dirt. It's never going to sink down into the decomposing material, but the decomposing material will be all around the outside, and that's a mixture of human manure, broken down gorse, which is really nitrogen rich and stuff, and then over that we're going to put like a wood chip that will be a weed suppressor and also keep the moisture in over summer. So human manure, beautiful human manure, lovely worms, put some charcoal in it as well.
You'd never tell that was poop, eh?
So many worms. Oh, yeah. It's just like Wormville.
It really is. Wow, they love that too.
Wow, so many worms. Get a load of those worms. Sheesh. Look at that. That is just so beautiful. Man, that's impressive, eh?
Yeah, so great.
That's mind-blowing.
We're using a mixture of human manure and nitrogen-rich broken down gorse, but you can feel free to fill this any rich old manure or compost that you have to hand.
Whoa, beautiful. Got it?
Yeah.
You recorded?
Yeah.
Here you go. Okay. All in. All in.
Mulching with a bunch of bark that we've got, but once again you can cover the surface area with an ingredient local to you. Hey!
Good luck, tree.
Good luck, tree. Okay.
That's awesome. Come on.
What tree is this?
Is it apples? This is the Pacific Rose.
An apple tree. Good luck, little apple tree. Only 10 more to go now in this orchard. Woo! Things you do when your friend comes around with their great big wagon.
Okay, just floor it.
Way! There it goes. That is a seriously big root.
Can we do it with all of them?
That was so satisfying. It's like man versus wild.
One more.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
holy moly. It was. That was a giant one.
The kids want to come see this?
Yeah, I'll go get them. Oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, it's almost like becoming a bit of a fetish. It's like when you hear it, like
the crunk, crunk.
the crunk, crunk, crunk. It's honestly like squeezing a pimple. Or
That was two of them.
that was amazing.
Oh my god.
Woohoo! Do you like it? It's like getting out a splinter. So we've got 6 out of 10 trees planted today. A nashi pear, a Pacific rose apple, another Pacific rose, a dwarf one, a Louisa plum, that's Tim's favourite, a dwarf peach, and a golden apricot. 4 more to go in. Thank you so much for watching. You can catch up with me on Instagram, Facebook, and of course Patreon, where I do a monthly live stream and create other resources and generally just keep in touch with my patrons who support my video making. Thank you. Wherever you are in the world, stay radical.